safe bet, except for one thing. This man, youngster Ryan Newman, he stunned the ARCA veterans with 4 victories in 6 tries. He won this year's season opener at Daytona. Today, it's ARCA's Frank Kimmel against the Penske powerhouse of Newman. It all sounds like another classic confrontation between the veteran and the rookie. But the equalizer may be this brand new mile-and-a-half Kansas Speedway. It's a new test on the tour for veterans and rookies alike. Now toss in some of ARCA's great names like Tim Steele, Ed Barrier, Mike Swain Jr., and veteran Andy Belmont, plus third-generation star Jason Jarrett. It's the perfect recipe for excitement. It's the ARCA RE/MAX Series on Speed Vision. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the brand new Kansas Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas for the inaugural racing weekend here. Today, the BPU 200 for the ARCA RE/MAX Series on Speed Vision. I'm Rick Benjamin. Bill Venturini is alongside. Don Radabaugh is on pit road for us. Bill, this looks like a beautiful new venue for the series, and there's a big crowd on hand.
Speaking about the crowd, this is the largest standalone ARCA race in history. They've got like 45,000 people. What a beautiful facility.
Part of a doubleheader weekend here at Kansas. 37 cars ready to take the green flag, and one guy who should be a prime contender is downstairs with Don Radabaugh.
Thank you, Rick. Well, by now, we're pretty much up to speed on the Frank Kimmel, Ryan Newman factor, but there is another factor in the field here today at Kansas you need to be well aware of. He's outside row 2. He's the veteran out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Ed Barrier. He was quickest in most of the practice sessions. Ed, sounds like you got a heck of a hot rod here. You were great in practice. How are you for the race?
Well, we hope we're pretty good. Thought we was going to be pretty good in qualifying there, and the thing got a little loose on me down there, and we spun out and just had to play conservative then, but we're looking for a good day. We got our sponsors, from out here in Kansas, Target, Saws and Blades, and we're hoping to put on a good show for them, and hoping they have a lot of fun back there watching this thing go to the front.
Ed, let me ask you, while we're here, a brand new racetrack, never before been raced on. How does that factor in?
Well, everybody's got some concerns about the tires, and we hadn't had any trouble yet, and just hoping, take it a little bit easy here on, start of the race. And we had a race before our race there. Hopefully they laid a little rubber down. It won't be so hard on the Hoosier tires, and, everybody will have a good, safe day.
All right, we'll keep an eye on it. He's been to victory lane in the NASCAR Busch Series, hopes to make it to victory lane here in the ARCA RE/MAX Series here, the first ever winner at Kansas Speedway.
Barrier with a team that's very strong, that Target Saws and Blades 19 car, and they will line up in the second row here today as the fans get ready for action. The Winston West Series has been here this weekend as well. Now it's the turn of the ARCA RE/MAX stars for 200 miles. 7 races into the year. It has been Frank Kimmel's season. Steele and Jarrett are next in line. Ron Cox is 5th. Billy Venturini 6th in points. Joe Cooksey and Todd Boucher round out your first 10, but all of that could well change today.
Start your engine.
Ryan Newman hits the switch in his Penske Ford Taurus. He will start from the front row, from the inside, as a matter of fact, here at Kansas. Our coverage of the ARCA RE/MAX Series is being brought to you by RE/MAX. In the race to sell homes, our track record is second to none. RE/MAX, outstanding agents, outstanding results. And by Cornwell Quality Tools. Professional mechanics worldwide choose Cornwell, the official tools of ARCA. And by Suzuki ATVs, makers of the Quadmaster 500 4x4. It has the performance to keep you rolling. Welcome back to Kansas Speedway, Kansas City, Kansas. The ARCA RE/MAX Series ready to roll off today here on Speed Vision, the BPU 200. Check the starting lineup for you. Young Ryan Newman in the Penske Ford on the pole, the Alltel machine, and alongside Tim Steele. Second row, 4-time winner Frank Kimmel in the 46 and Ed Barrier's 19 car.
Row 3 on the inside, Mike Swain driving a Chevrolet. Next to him, Chase Montgomery. Row 4, Jason Jarrett, car to watch today, along with next to him, John Metcalf.
Fifth row has Randy Briggs of the 42, Jeff Falk from Chesapeake, Virginia, and Little Joe's 91. And then Doug Keller in the 6th row of the 5 car. Pennsylvania's Andy Belmont in the America Online Ford.
Starting 13th, Philip Cranifus, son of Michael Cranifus. Next to him, Sammy Potashnik, driving our car number 25. Inside row 8, Ron Cox out of Tennessee. Next to him, Chuck Weber from Texas.
9th row has Frog Hall in the 90 car, and Kevin Belmont, Andy's brother, in the 51. 10th row, Mike Buckley in the 28 machine, and Minnesota's Mel Whalen in car number 85.
Starting 21st, Norm Benning out of Pennsylvania, and Carlo Lampe starting 22nd. Inside row 12, Donnie Morlock, and next to him, Todd Bowser.
13th row, Tim Mitchell's Pontiac, the 61, and Michael Melton's 13 car. That is a Chevrolet. And the 14th row, Mark Hockensmith's Ford, the 96, and Dick Tracy, the veteran, in the 39.
Starting 29th inside, Eric Martin. Next to him, Tony Altieri in a Chevrolet. Row 16 inside, Rick Sanders in a Pontiac, and James Hilton on the outside in the Chevrolet.
17th row, Austin Cameron, a Winston West star in car number 4, and Mike Basham in the 34. And in the 18th row, Brad Smith in the 26. That's a Chevrolet, and Todd Antrikin. Mark Voigt brings up the rear in car number 38. He is from Marine, Illinois. It is warm here today, 79 degrees as you would expect, and the track temperature 108.
Yeah, I was just going to say, look at the track temperature. It's 108 already, and I mean, it's going to be hot, and there are some concerns about tires today. Along with this track temperature, we're going to have something to look at.
And we'll have some great onboard looks for you as always. Frank Kimmel, the series point leader, 4 victories this year. He'll take us for a ride from the inside of the second row today. John Metcalf from Colorado in the Remax Chevrolet lines up front in the 4th row. We'll take a look from his machine.
Yeah, that's a really strong team that runs out of Colorado.
Good race cars. They settle up for Rick Corelli as well. Frog Hall has an onboard look for us today. He's from Kansas City, Missouri, in the Celsius Tannery Chevrolet. He starts in the 17th spot.
And his real name is David Frog Hall.
And there's Chase Montgomery from Nashville. Don Radabaugh has more on his story.
Guys, just wanted to bring you up to speed on a pretty cool story here from Pit Road, talking about Chase Montgomery, just 17 years young. He'll be a senior this fall. Lives in Nashville, Tennessee, and only his 3rd career start here. He qualified 6th. Pretty good effort there. Last year, he raised over $22,000 for children charities, the Ronald McDonald House Children Charities in Nashville, Tennessee. He donated all his winnings from the Nashville Super Speedway last year. A young kid doing great things. We'll keep an eye on him here today. Hopefully, he'll do great things here at Kansas Speedway. Chase Montgomery from outside row 3.
All right, Rick, did you hear him say that he's a senior? He's going to be a senior?
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, when I was in high school, there was no way I even thought of a race car. I mean, I was worried about football and the girls.
And not necessarily in that order.
Not in that order.
200 miles of racing coming your way from Kansas Speedway here on Speed Vision. First race weekend at this brand new ISC track. The green is in the air, and Ryan Newman from the pole jumps out in front ahead of Tim Steele. Kimmel arrows to 3rd in the 46 car. And Barrier drops back a few spots. You're on board with Kimmel. He'll go for 2nd here. Frank Kimmel wasting no time trying to get up and run with Ryan Newman down the backstretch. He's had a busy weekend. The NASCAR Winston West Series has been here at Kansas this weekend as well, and Kimmel entered that race. Here he battles for the lead. That's young John Wood, Eddie Wood's son, in the 50 car. There's contact. Kimmel slides through the 3rd and 4th turn, almost wrecks, gathers the car back up. On the ensuing restart, watch this. Kimmel will try to elbow his way past Wood for the race lead. He dives under the white line and makes the pass going down into turn 1. As they came up through the gearbox, Kimmel went on to win that 100-miler for the NASCAR Winston West Series. In this event, Kimmel, meantime, trying to make it his 5th consecutive victory. Back a little further, there's the 16, Tim Steele, and the 19 of Ed Barrier. And Barrier able to keep that car down low on the racetrack.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. Ed Barrier, and he's getting alongside Tim Steele right now. He's got the preferred line right now, and his car's sticking right on the white line.
Lap traffic already, though. If you check the qualifying sheet, there is a huge speed differential between the top of the speed charts, the cars that qualified in the first 15 positions, and those at the back of the pack here. So lap traffic is a factor very early. Ryan Newman leading Kimmel now down into turn 1 with traffic a factor. Jason Jarrett moving to 3rd in the 67.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know, we're watching Frank Kimmel dog Ryan Newman, but look at who's right behind Frank Kimmel. Jason Jarrett really showing some strong power right now.
Now, when Newman comes to play in the ARCA Series, part of the ABC plan for developing this young driver that Roger Penske announced a year ago, you know he's got, if not the best equipment in the field, some of the best. Kimmel's team certainly very strong, as is Tim Steele's team, but you know that Newman's got an excellent race car to work with.
Oh, no doubt about it. And they have been here to test. You know, Roger Penske has not spared anything for this team. He's developing, I feel, one of the future superstars in Winston Cup, and you got to do what you got to do, and he's doing the program the right way.
Kimmel, meantime, takes the Advanced Auto Parts machine past. He's in a Taurus today as well. Kimmel leads Newman and Jarrett. We're at Kansas City.